Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, March 7th, 2017. This is Jennifer. So as per usual, I've been busy, but I have a lot of things that I've been designing, so I don't have those to show, but I have gotten a few things done that I want to share with you guys. On the top of the list is this quilt in the corner here. This is the panel quilt that I showed you guys the top for probably a month or so ago, maybe a month and a half, and this was the panel demo for the Linus Connection in March. So OC is doing a panel demo, and she's given a whole bunch of different people panels and told us to do whatever we want with them. And when we bring them back, she's going to use them for her demo to basically, it's just more of a, just to show you all the different ways you can deal with a quilt panel. I cut mine in strips and then I put strips of fabric in between it to make it wider. So you can see really what it looks like there. Normally I would be outside doing this, but it's rainy and gross, so we are in the house today. She actually quilted this one for me and used this really cool ribbon quilting. So that demo is coming up on March 18th, so after show and tell at the Linus Connection that day, she will have all the quilts together that she'll be showing specifically that are made from panels, and all of them, I've seen several of them, and they are all done incredibly differently, so it's going to be a really informative, fun demo, I think. I've finally gotten enough of my super secret stitching done to go back to working on the blocks that have already been released on Fandom and Stitches, so I finished this little goblin who was designed by Michelle Tuller, so he's done, and I'm now working on my door knockers, and I'm skipping around a little bit because I wanted to finish something small because I had been working on something really big that I will show you guys later in the stitch along. If you guys follow Sewhooked at all or follow me on social media, you know that I did post the tissue packet tutorial last week. Super easy tutorial. I did one that is self-trimming. This is the little trim, and I did one that's solid. It is the same exact pattern, you just reverse the fabric. Instructions on sewhooked.com, you can click on tutorials, it's going to be under there, or you can just scroll back a couple of posts and it's going to be last week. I will also put a link in the description today since I am showing you guys these. My sister came over on Sunday and we made some bibs for one of her coworkers, which I do not have because we made them on Sunday and she took them with her because, like I said, they were for a gift. But I will put a little picture here. She had some ideas in mind and we went through my fabric, found things that would work, and then just stitched them out. Two of them are embroidered. The one with the planets is not. They were fun and really enjoyed getting to just hang out with my sister and do a little bit of crafting, which is something we haven't done in a really long time. Also, I would love to have her here every time I'm working on machine embroidery because she snipped all the threads for me while I was doing other stuff, so that was pretty awesome. The last thing that I worked on that I can share is I got a bit of a wild hair. I was going through some stuff and my kids are coming home next week for spring break, and whenever they come home I start thinking about, like, what can I do to welcome them home? And, you know, I go and I wash their sheets and I make sure that their rooms are, you know, like at least somewhat dust free because they sit for weeks at a time without them in there. So I found this block that was a test block that I had made for, it ended up being a t-shirt for my daughter, but I had kept the test block, so I turned it into a little wall hanging for her. I originally thought I was going to make it into a pillow, but I ended up asking her, do you want a pillow, a cushion cover, or would you like a wall hanging? And she said she'd really like a mini wall hanging, so she actually has a couple of my pieces hanging in her apartment already. If you guys have ever seen Peace, Love, and Pie, that hangs in her apartment. She has the wingless worm, which is my dragon that does not have wings. There you go. It says, welcome to the madhouse. This is from an online group that she's on. I think it's like an inside joke kind of thing. So I did use my Janome to free motion quilt this, and I haven't done any sit down free motion quilting since I got my quilt frame, which was, it'll be a year ago in May, I think. So May or June. I think May or June. But anyway, so it's been a long time since I sat down and did free motion quilting, and I've never done it on the little Janome. So it was a little bit of a learning curve, but it was fun to get to play with, and I'm definitely out of practice. All I did on this was meander. I did do different colored threads, but I didn't do anything besides meandering, and I also discovered that if you don't use a sew slip, which is the little slippy silicone match you can put down to make your quilting go faster, if you don't use it for a long time, it seems to lose some of its slippiness because it definitely wasn't as slippy as the last time I used it. I did put the little corners on where basically you just stick a little dowel rod in here and then you can hang it on a picture hanger. I wrote the date and my name on this. You can't see it at all, so I'm going to make a little label for it and just stick it on the back. One of my goals for this year is to label everything I make so that in the future, whoever has it knows who made it and what year it was made. Don't forget to stop by Fandom and Stitches tomorrow for the next installment of the Goblin King Quilts and Stitch Along. We are almost, I mean, pretty much exactly halfway at this point. I think we're at week 10 and there are 21 weeks, so we're halfway there. It's been very fun to see everyone's interpretations of the designs and everything. And like I said, I myself am stitching along and am working on getting caught up. Also, don't forget Free Pattern Friday this Friday on Sewhooked. Last week we had my Peeps Easter bunnies. This is a 10-inch block. You can also make just one bunny. The pattern is actually just 2 bunny patterns on a page, and you print however many you want. So you can make a block or a quilt or enlarge a bunny and make one giant bunny cushion, like however you want to make it. This was last Friday. There will be another free pattern featured this Friday on Sewhooked. And then next Monday is the second Monday of the month, and that means our next paper piecing vintage quilt along installment. So I'll be adding another block to this wall next week. So make sure you stop by Sewhooked and Fandom and Stitches for all of these things. And I think that's it. You guys, if you're going to post a video, remember TTMT.livejournal.com. We would love to have you. And for all my Talk to Me Tuesdayers that are participating in the swap, there is no swap for March. We will start swapping in April because it's all based on birthdays, and all of our birthdays start in April. I think we have 2 or 3 in April, so I will send reminders for that when we get closer to April. I will see you guys next week. Bye.